Okay guys, so I am on a 116-week workout streak and counting. That's over 2 years of working out consistently every week. And while I've always been pretty active, it took me years to finally maintain a consistent workout schedule. So I'm gonna share with you 4 underrated tips on how to do it. So tip number 1, create a baseline workout. Most of us like to be super ambitious when we start a brand new workout routine. We're like, okay, we're gonna go to the gym Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. and we're gonna go every single week for the rest of our lives, right? Just super ambitious and not really realistic. But when we're building a long-term workout schedule, sometimes having such a rigid schedule can be kind of detrimental because there are going to be times where you just can't make it for whatever reason. You could be sick, you could be injured for weeks, there could be bad weather, or you just might not feel like it. There's so many different reasons why we don't make it to the gym and why our workout routines kind of fizzle away after a while. So this is why you need a baseline workout, which is a workout that you can do when you can't get to your regular workout. There's 2 crucial aspects of a baseline workout. Number 1, it needs to be easy. And number 2, it shouldn't require anything but yourself. Like literally you, and that's it. No equipment, no weights, no clothes if that's your thing, no judgment. And it should be a workout that you can do anywhere. So your living room, an airport, a grocery store parking lot, like literally anywhere. On top of that, it should be simple enough that it doesn't feel like a burden. So maybe that's 5 minutes of sit-ups or a minute plank or 100 jumping jacks, whatever is simple enough to you. Even on some of my worst days, I've definitely done sit-ups in bed when I just couldn't make it out. Like 5 minutes of sit-ups, no shame, in my pajamas. But in the end, your baseline workout needs to be easy and attainable. Because remember, the ultimate goal is to build a consistent workout habit. So it's okay if your baseline workout doesn't necessarily move the needle for your fitness goals, because even though it may not feel like it, you are building up that mental muscle to like push through and find creative ways to work out even when you're out of your element. The other reason I call it a baseline workout is because you can build from it if you want to. So if your baseline workout is 5 minutes of sit-ups and then 4 minutes in, you're like, oh, I can do a little bit more. Then you can do another 5 minutes. But if you wanted to stick to your baseline workout, that's okay too, because in the end, you still worked out. Tip number 2 is to make your workout routine sustainable. Getting to your workout should not be a workout in itself. So for me personally, the pandemic drastically changed the way that I work out. Before, I used to try to go to the gym or to a workout class either before or after going into the office for work. I didn't get a Peloton until after it started, but since then I will say I've been fully committed to working out at home. And I personally enjoy working out at home, but I definitely understand the need to go to the gym or go to workout classes where you're in environments where other people are working out too. But something I really appreciate about working out at home rather than having to go to the gym or go to a workout class is that I don't have to like overthink the logistics of how I'm gonna get there, what time I need to leave this place to get to that place, what I'm gonna wear, all the planning that goes into getting to the gym or to the class. I don't need to think about that anymore. Especially I live in New York, and just like the thought of like trying to figure out what time I need to leave to get on the train and hope the train isn't delayed or it's not raining and I have a 10-minute walk to the class. Like there's just so many logistics, at least for me, that went into going to a workout class, and I'm just glad I don't have to do that anymore. But that definitely made it harder for me to sustain a consistent workout schedule when I had to go through all these loops to get to the workout, because after a while it would sometimes be such a frustrating process that I would just kind of get burnt out just from the thought of having to go to the class or having to go work out. But the point I want to make is, if you find yourself wanting to work out but dreading the process of getting to your workout, then it might be time to reevaluate. Whether that means going to work out at a different time or going to a different gym or just working out from home some days instead. Because the frustration you may be going through to get there is unsustainable. And on top of that, you may unknowingly start to associate working out with the burnout you're experiencing from getting to the workout, and it could discourage you from trying to work out again, when in reality it's not the workout that you're tired from, it's the process of getting there that you're actually tired from. So to be consistent working out, you want to make sure that the process around getting to your workout, or just the logistics in general around working out itself, are sustainable. Tip number 3 is to create a winning streak. In sports, having a winning streak that's longer than expected is one of the biggest flexes that you can have as an athlete or as a team. It can make the player or the team feel unstoppable. So a good way to be consistent working out is to create that feeling for yourself. Set up a winning streak for yourself that makes you feel unstoppable. Something that you're proud of and you never want to break. So for me, that's my 116-week streak on Peloton that I keep track of through the Peloton app. And clearly I'm proud of it because I'm making an entire video about it, and truly I would be distraught if I ever ended this streak, for real. I would literally cry for 40 days and 40 nights. I would flood Manhattan with my tears. Rats and pigeons would be swimming 2 by 2 down the Brooklyn Bridge just from the water from my tears. Like, that's how sad I would be if I ever ended my streak on Peloton. So if nothing motivates me, even on my worst day, it's the fact that knowing that I could potentially end my streak that keeps me working out. But of course your winning streak has to be specific to your own workout goals. So if yours is, okay, like I'm gonna run 20 miles every month, then that could be your winning streak. Or say you have an iPhone and you're like, I wanna close my circles 5 days a week. That could be your own winning streak. So you just have to find what makes sense for you and your goals and have some type of metric that you can look to and watch grow and use that to keep you motivated. And I also want to point out that a winning streak doesn't have to be something that you do necessarily. It can also be something that you don't do. So say for instance, you have a glass of wine every night and you're like, okay, I only want to have 1 glass of wine per week. So you can keep track of that and let that be your winning streak as well. So it doesn't necessarily have to be things that you do all the time. It can be things that you want to eliminate. And the last tip is to make exercising part of your identity. I feel like one of the biggest myths about working out is the more you do it, the more you're motivated to continue on. I'm really motivated to work out for funsies. I'd much rather lay in bed and watch YouTube videos all day. And honestly, you may never really enjoy the process of working out, and that's totally fine. Honestly, what motivates me the most now is 1, not breaking my streak, and 2, just knowing that I feel much more energized after I do work out. I'm motivated more for those reasons rather than for the workout itself. But honestly, before I had those metrics, I had to rely on my own kind of like willpower to find the motivation to continue to work out. And to do that, I basically just made working out an identity-based habit. So if you read Atomic Habits, then you probably already know what identity-based habits are, but if not, they're basically just habits that you have just because of who you are or how you identify. For instance, if you're a writer, you might have a habit of journaling every night just because you enjoy writing and that's just something that you do. So basically you can trick yourself into building new habits because those habits are paired with your identity. So I would tell myself, you know, Alex, you're an athlete now and athletes work out consistently. And I really had to internalize it and be like, okay, this is what you do now. This is who you are. These are the things that you would do because you are an athlete. And in my personal opinion, I think identity-based habits are one of the most effective methods for building new habits. So if you're struggling to stay motivated, it may help you to take on this new perspective shift. Tell people you're a cycler, tell people you're a runner, tell yourself that you're these things, and then just go do what those people do. Go do the habits that are associated with that because that's just what you do.
That's what I do!
Okay, so that's all I got for you. Thank you for watching, and please like the video and subscribe if you enjoyed it. And if you made it this far, comment an emoji of a person exercising. Bye!